Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 Podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin. Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. If you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Looks like we have another edition for the Animation Isn't Dead segment of this podcast. We don't do it a lot because not a lot of good kind of really, hits you down deep animation where I think it has the legs, it has the story, it has the creators behind it that can make something truly special. You can, I'll have a playlist set up of all those other stories that I've covered, but things like True Tale, we had the Grand Mighty Python, there was Has Been Hotel, a lot of these kind of indie creators. They're not picked up by studios, but there's a ton of heart, and this is going to be another one, and they're right now on Indiegogo, Project Quest and Less. It looks like a ton of fun. I will have pictures of it up right now, and there is a pitch video, and it's one of the funniest pitch videos I've seen in a long time for an indie project. And this is how these things kind of work. I like Jordan Peterson. I think I think his book it's pretty basic, but it's good information, and he does have kind of a droning voice, and that's what this whole thing is like, parodying that. But guess what? I can laugh at it. Even though I like the guy, I can laugh at the situation because I'm an adult and I understand that things can be parody and it's not an attack on anyone. But this it's super funny, and we have a passionate creator talking about his characters, and we're going to kind of go over the overview of some of the characters and why I think it's worthy of being backed, or go in there and share the project. Definitely, before you even finish watching the rest of this video, definitely check out the Indiegogo and at least give it a share if you can't back it. But $10 and you can get yourself an amazing story. But just gonna kind of go over the different characters here. Wizard Lizard, this little guy. When I first saw him, I thought of Schmendrick from The Last Unicorn. That just came into my mind. But Wizard Lizard, a member of a Reptilian race that shuns magic. He goes against his people's wishes and strives to be the best wizard in the world. See, right there, you have a ton of stories are just spinning around in my head right now about a character who wants to do what he feels is right, but he feels that his passion is, even though his family, his people, probably his whole entire race hates it, but he feels like it's something it's worthy of pursuit. He wants to do it. That right there could be just your character, but we got a couple other ones too. Marigold, a barbarian with a Herculean strength. He was raised by unicorns and absolutely hates violence and confrontation. He hopes to one day find out who his biological parents were. So then we got another juxtaposition of a super strong guy who doesn't want to fight, who doesn't like hurting things, but even though he has like everything about him is Conan the Barbarian, badass, but he doesn't like to do the fight. My favorite character, I just love these cute little characters. Aphid, a small orphan gremlin girl who had to grow up and survive on the streets her whole life. Though the influence of by the other members, she learns to be less of a criminal and more of a responsible individual as she grows up. She's, just by looking at her, she's up on screen right now, you can tell that she's going to have her mischievous ways. She's going to have the ways that she had to do to survive. But once she starts having kind of like this loose family, that there's things more important than your next score, your next hit, your next fence. There's something more there. I just like this could probably be my favorite character. Rexton, who doesn't love dogs? Oh my God, this guy's so cute. And he has an eye patch. It's, what was his name from, what Tales game was it? I forget, but it's a dog with an eye patch. That's awesome. Rexton, a dog with a patch on his eye and a sword on his back. Rexton is a dog of mystery. All that is known is that he can fight very well, and he is only capable. He's only capable one in the group. His doggy heart yearns for excitement, danger, and adventure. What dog does not yearn for excitement, danger, and adventure? This guy's super cute too. But what I like most about this story is it's about the story and the characters. There's no, this is a representation of refugees and how horrible America is and all those dang people, X, Y, and Z. It's about a fantasy story about fantasy characters having fantasy adventures. That's all I want. I don't want to. You can have messages, but you don't bash over people's head. Look at the background artwork here. This is fantastic. But the tone and the setting. The project is an expression of my love of old fantasy adventures like Legend. Oh my God, do I love Legend. That soundtrack is so good. Oh, amazing. Starring the young Tom Cruise and Tim Curry. Tim Curry is the devil. In that movie, that shaped my vision of what the devil looks like. If there's a demon guy and he's going to come and kill me, he's going to look like Tim Curry from The Legend. Kroll, amazing. Labyrinth, The Dark Crystal, as well as my love for great cartoons like Dungeons and Dragons series, Super Ted, DuckTales, The Legend of Zelda, Warcraft, EverQuest, and animes like One Piece that I've grown up watching. I've also had the lucky chance to work with many modern popular animated shows in my 10-year career working in the animation industry, and they have definitely helped refine my storytelling skills. All this and two nerdy-looking older brothers who constantly read Dragonlance books fueled my imagination to set me on the path of despair that is called being an artist. It's you can tell just from that paragraph, you have someone who has a vision of what they want, likes classic storytelling. The hero's journey never gets old. I could never have too many great hero's journeys. And if they're done well, that's all that really matters. This is what we're talking about, that the actual, or the world which this story takes place. The world of Epic Earth in the city of El Bazaar is a setting for our hapless heroes. It's a place filled with dragons, monsters, gods, and demons, as well as castles and magic. If you enjoy fantasy with a lot of humor, heart coupled with excellent storytelling, all that in an animated form, then this is a crowdfund for you. The story will feature great laughs, fantastic creatures, a cast of fun and interesting characters, formidable foes to face, touching moments, and timely but important life lessons, all within a rich setting you want to visit. Things that can be found lacking in the story's offerings regarding the animation series as a larger mainstream studios. And that's the problem. I mean, if you're a fan of my channel, I do a lot of She-Ra stuff because it's just, this is being heralded as like the greatest animation ever. And it's just awful. Best case, with the most rosiest colored glasses, it's meh. But it's actually terrible because all the hype it gets, it should be absolutely amazing. But things like this, who just want, a creator who wants to just tell a story about fun characters, life lessons. That's another thing too, missing from a lot of stories. You don't have those like great life lessons. I think Amphibia does a good job of teaching life lessons in a fantasy setting. Like you learn, don't lie to your family. It's better to be honest and truthful with your friends instead of pretending that you like something even though you really don't, just to seem popular. There's little life lessons like that I think Amphibia does really, really well. And I'm kind of expecting the same from this story, where you can take this amazing fantasy, they're going to take on a dragon in this, this dungeon somewhere, but you can relate that to an everyday life situation. And that's what I think cartoons and animation does best. And I believe this creator also believes in that as well. But it's a very short campaign page. We get to see some characters. Follow our creator here, Fresher Luke, on Twitter. He posts. He did a live stream, some sketch live streams. Super talented guy. But he shared some animations there, some storyboards, some early work and everything. This is something worthy of. It needs to be created. It needs to be put out there, and people need to watch it and enjoy it. I wouldn't put this in this animation isn't dead, because I started this whole section of this podcast because I grew up watching cartoons my whole life, and I never stopped. I always loved animation, and I always felt animation is as worthy as a storytelling as live action, as stories, as books, as anything. It's just another way to tell a story. And people are like, animation's done. There's no room for it anymore. People have grown up. No, I believe if the story's there, if the people watching can connect with the characters, animation will always be here, because people have their imaginations, and you can do so much with animation. So definitely check out the project. I backed it today at the $25 level, so I'm going to get a poster when it comes out. But we're only 2% there, guys. Only a $7,000 goal. We can make this happen. This deserves at least that first animated short. And I know just from what I've seen, from the characters, from hearing from the creator, that this is something that we're going to want to see. Fans of my podcast, if you hate things like She-Ra, where it's gender politics, it's how many letters you can fit into the characters, how many L's, how many T's, how many B's, how many G's, none of that matters. I believe even the creator was saying, like, you don't know the sexuality of my characters because it's none of your business, and it doesn't matter, because it's the journey, the lessons they learn. That's what matters most of all. So definitely check out this project. If you can't pledge anything, at least share it with people, like-minded individuals who love animation, who love good stories. But definitely get it out there, guys. I'm going to be sharing this probably every 3 or 4 days, because I really want this goal to be met. 7,000, it's pretty low for an animation project, so we can at least get it to that much, because I know we got together and we did True Tale, and we got that a big jump. So we can do this for here too, because this is just as worthy as any other indie project out there. So if you like good animation, you like good stories, you like fun characters, and a great creator who talks with the people, who isn't going to judge you. Oh, you're this, you're that, you're X, Y, and Z. You can't be a fan of my show. No, everyone deserves to have good stories. So definitely check it out, guys. And I can't praise it enough. It needs to be done, guys. We can get it done. Crimson Saint here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15 Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.